Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. If there's something you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a 5 of Wands. I feel like you're fighting something, you're battling something right now, or someone, but I feel like this is more like us trying to restrain ourselves, right? Trying to control our heat a little bit. Yeah, we got to put that into some context. Sometimes we need to bring the heat, Other times we need to know when to kind of turn it down a little bit, right? So let's see. What else we got? We got a 4 of Swords. We're looking for a compromise. We're trying to find a solution to something that is going to be better for everybody. But we're getting kind of mad, right? And we might be getting mad because there's someone else in this situation that just is not listening, right? Now, it could be a legal thing. And this, now it's getting personal. Because if this is something that is... If it is a legal thing, now I'm not a lawyer, this is not legal advice, trust me. We don't want to react emotionally. We want to be someone who is there to listen and compromise and, be fair and be respectful, right? But we got this fire in us that is just not having it, right? And this could be some kind of arbitration or mediation. It could literally be like a legal thing. It could be some sort of a negotiation, too, with an employer or contractor kind of thing. We've got the Star card. You're angry because you know you're right. Okay? And, Lover's card. I kind of hate to say this, but some of you might be in the middle of a separation or a divorce. Not necessarily from a marriage. This could be a separation from a contract, from an employer, right? And we're trying to really fight for what is fair. Fight for what we believe, what you correctly believe you deserve here. Okay? But this is a situation where it's like you can't be in the room with someone because it just starts to kind of devolve into this fight. But you do want to be restored to wholeness. You believe that you are entitled to certain things and you want that to be the outcome. I think that is going to be the outcome. But we've got to turn the heat down a little bit somewhere. Okay. I think we need to be definitely seen as somebody who is fair and willing to compromise, but you still got this fire underneath you. So it's not like you're letting someone take advantage of you. But you've got to learn how to control the heat. Too much of it, and you're going to burn up your chances of getting what you need, getting what you deserve, or being made whole again. Okay? Too little fire, and you're not going to get that at all. All right? Too much, and it's going to go up in smoke. So we've got to be careful. We've got to be able to regulate that fiery energy. Now, here is interesting. Because this is the Cancer energy. This is the Knight of Cups. This is your opposite sign. Cancer is opposite to Capricorn on the astrological wheel. The implication here is that you're trying to be strategic. You're kind of doing a reverse psychology thing here. It's almost a kill 'em with kindness kind of energy coming there. But let's see what else we've got. Wheel of Fortune. I think you do have fate and destiny. You do have right on your side. Okay. We've got the Death card. And we've got the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is good because it's a slow caution kind of thing. We know that what we're trying to create, ultimately our goal here, we don't want too little heat. We don't want too much heat. When you're trying to cook the perfect dish, you don't want to overcook it. You don't want to undercook it, right? Over, under, right? Reminds me of Fred Armisen in an episode of Parks and Recreation. Such a wonderful show, such a funny person, that Fred Armisen. Anyway, it has to be the right, it's a delicate process, right? And you gotta know what you're doing a little bit. I almost wonder if this is maybe not something to do with well, it might still be a marriage or a divorce or some kind of a family thing, because it feels like somebody has passed, and it feels as if there's a fight over assets or a fight over the estate. Yeah, and that could really explain the legal stuff. That could explain the intimate family kind of stuff. That could also, in a literal way, explain the death card here. Okay, but the death card is a metaphor for change, for transformation. This is seen as the obstacle. And the reason why this is so difficult is because either you or the other party do not want things to change. Someone is resistant to this death energy, resistant to change. Somebody might even be in denial of what's going on. Somebody might be saying, hey, look, it's been working before. We're just going to keep it exactly how it was. Well, it wasn't working for you, or it no longer is. Okay, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is that factor, infinite and unknown. And we're just going to set it here. We'll put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you have a hunch about that card, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's exercise our intuition, see if we can figure that out together. If you don't want to play along, that's okay too. All right. As far as our cards, we have major, 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 major. We've got 4 major arcana energies. And it kind of feels like this is personal, this is professional. Right? Oh, we have 5, sorry. This is personal and this is professional. This is fate, this is destiny, and this is everything could change at any moment, right? This is the ultimate evolution of the spiritual energy, the ultimate evolution. Really, whatever is going on here, whatever this issue is, it cannot stay the same. It is developing, it is changing, and we cannot stop change. Neither can the other person involved, the other party, the other family, or whatever it is. We can't prevent things from happening the way they're going. We can nudge things in our direction by using more or less thrust, by using more or less heat on the stove. We determine what the outcome is going to be to some degree. Mostly it's spirit. Mostly it's fate and destiny, right? But we can nudge things in a little bit of a different direction. And I think that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to nudge things towards a way that is going to benefit you, that is going to make you feel whole again, that is going to restore you to what you, I think, rightly feel is what is owed to you. Okay? And I almost wonder if this is something, I wonder if somebody has passed. I feel like there's well, I want to say an older male energy, but I feel like it's an older female. Like it's mom, grandma, great-grandma, something like that has passed. I don't know. I don't know who it is yet. But I almost feel that there's a kind of there is a will, right? Or there is kind of a directive. There is, you know what their wishes were, or are. But there's somebody that's fighting against that. There's somebody that's trying to deny that. Right? And so with the 5 of wands here, this isn't just your fire, right? I think that really the reason why you have your fire even turned on right now is because somebody else has brought theirs first. Because I think there was an established order. The star card in this case is kind of us, the family or whatever, knowing what the wishes were. Yeah, there was already something in place. And now somebody else wants to come in and maybe fight against that. Doesn't want things to change in that way. Doesn't want, let's say grandma's, stuff to go to you. Or doesn't want to split up the estate in this particular way, right? And I'm sorry, this is getting personal. Yeah. It is a family thing. However you slice it, it's not, I don't think it's an employer. Or if it is, it's your family. You work for your family or with your family. Because there's an intimacy here. And it's kind of like, well, what do we do? You're torn, I think, between there's the family bond, the family obligation. You're tied in with these people or this particular person. But at the same time, you want to use the full force of the law to get what you deserve, to get what is right. Okay? So we're split between the two. And I think really it's important that you consult a professional. I want to make sure that I say that because I'm not a professional anything. So I can't give you any kind of advice on this situation. I don't know the details, but I can read the energy, right? And I know that Spirit is saying that we've all got to be open-minded. We've all got to be willing to listen to what the other party, person or group, is saying. We've got to listen to what they really are asking for or what is behind their words. Yeah, really listen to what they're saying and to what they're not saying. Okay. It could be that they are really in just denial of what happened, and so they are resisting any kind of change, any kind of compromise. They don't want to move forward in any way. They want to go back to last week when none of this was even a thought, right? Yeah, I still can't put my finger on who we're talking about here. It feels like it's an older female energy. It feels like they it feels like they departed or they transitioned into spirit recently, that it was abrupt, but it was not unexpected, right? That it happened quickly, and you didn't know when really it was going to happen, but it's something that we kind of saw coming for a while. So it could have been there was a chronic illness or something, something like that. You do have my condolences. I'm sorry for your loss. I don't know who this person was. I feel like it's got to be, mom or grandma or something like that, right? But maybe I'm totally wrong about that. Maybe it's not a family member in that way, but there is a battle over the stuff, right? And I keep hearing that kind of word, the estate. So I don't know if it's like a house that everybody's fighting over, or if it's just, the kind of personal items, or if it's the bank accounts or something like that. But there's like this earth energy that I think is really, I feel it's kind of being pulled in different directions, So we have fire. We don't really have any water except for the Knight of Cups here. And I wonder if this Knight of Cups is really that part of you that kind of opposite sign. Because we got that main Capricorn energy, which is fire and earth, right? This is fire and water. So in some ways, this is, we still have that fire. We still have that intensity. We still want to crank up the heat, but we just wonder if we should appeal to the emotional connection, if we should try to solve this thing using the water energy, using the connection, the intimacy, the bond that we have with people, right? Or if we're going the Capricorn route, we're using that earth energy, that we're just using whoever gets there faster is kind of the winner, So it's, again, it's kind of a split between the family and the professional aspect of it, right? The legal aspect. Yeah. Is it personal? Is it business? It's hard when it's both because it feels like it is both. I feel like there's a lot of money at stake. I don't feel like this is really a little bit of anything, and that's why I think everybody's really got their emotions are turned up. Everything is very heated right now because it is a lot of something. Okay? And I wonder if there is some sort of a will or directive, or there were some intentions that were set where you were supposed to get all of it or most of it. Yeah. And then I wonder if maybe somebody was living, if another sibling or something was living in the house, and now the house is yours and you want to do something different with it, and they're kind of resisting this because that's change for them and they don't want change. Whatever's taking place, the other party doesn't want things to change. That's what I keep hearing. There's a resistance with this death card here. There's a resistance to things not staying how they are. So I kind of feel like they're either in control of things or they're living in the house or something like this, and that is needing to change. And it might come down to us really having to get the law involved, right? Alternatively, with the Knight of Cups, is this maybe something that you just deal with personally, privately, or even with this kind of with this Cancer energy, the Knight of Cups, this cardinal water, this fire of water. If we kind of are considering, just leave it, fine, I guess what we're seeing with the Eight of Pentacles here is we kind of have to pick the path that's going to be more likely to provide a good outcome. It may not be the outcome we want. See, this is what we want. We want the Princess of Pentacles. We want kind of everything that we know is supposed to be ours. We want things to be the way that they were intended to be. And that's, of course, like that's the right thing. But in actual practice, we might have to compromise. We shouldn't have to. And I agree with you there. The way this looks, there's no reason why you shouldn't. But it's either like you compromise and you maintain the kind of bond between everybody. And so it's saying that there are other considerations, not just this earth energy. There's more at stake here than just whether we get all of it or just some of it. You see? And I think that if we want all of it and we get the law involved, then we're sacrificing the kind of family bonds. We're sacrificing the love and the connections, And so we're putting that at risk. And so it really is this kind of weighing of the opposites here. I almost wonder if the mystery card is going to be another Libra energy, another Justice card. Because if we compromise, we end up with less, but we maintain the bonds, the friendships, the love, the family thing, whatever it might be. Okay. And it could be a friendship. It could just be a good relationship with that employer. It could be that we're fighting for a certain kind of severance or something, And we could fight for it. We could file a claim with the Department of Labor or whatever it is, and we could get what we are owed. But then we're going to burn that bridge. You see? Or we could compromise, take a little bit less, but the bridge stays intact. It's a difficult place. It's a difficult decision that you have to make. And I think, too, what we see with these two cards, with the Lovers and the Justice cards, that we do have to kind of weigh the options, and we have to evaluate ourselves. What is important to us? What is most important to us? I think both of these ideas are very important to you, but does one hold a little bit more weight than the other for you? I really want to look at the mystery card, but first we're going to do a hexagram from the I Ching. I think this is something where we need a little bit of sagely advice from the I, all right? So we're going to do one hexagram, and these cards represent the wisdom of the ancient Chinese sages and their connection with Source. I know this is not the traditional way of casting a hexagram, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's my program. And this is our card here, and it's 6, arguing. Of course it is. Of course it is. There's arguing. There is truth and confidence blocked, vigilant and centered good fortune, ending pitfall. Fruitful to see great people, fruitless to cross the great river. So this doesn't give us much of a advice, does it? Things are not as they should be, so you argue for what you need, sustenance to be believed or for justice. But in defiant frustration, the creative flow is blocked. Open your heart to the potential for change and a higher perspective. Consult with someone wiser or outside the conflict. What are you arguing for? If you can't win this one, what else can you do? A lot to think about here. This is a personal one. I apologize for getting in the mix here. I think we should look at the mystery card. I think if you have a prediction, maybe you want to put it in the comments. I'm not going to try to predict this one. I don't know what it's going to be. I thought maybe it would be another justice or adjustment card. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's just take a look. It's a tower. Something's getting destroyed one way or the other, right? It's an abrupt change. It's something significant is going to go down, and there's going to be somebody that is kind of not happy with the results, right? But, we can't please all the people all the time. So this is a necessary disruption of the flow. And really, it kind of seems like let's say, for instance, your sibling is living in the house. This is you saying, sorry, you got to go because we're selling the house. Okay. This is kind of what that would symbolize for me. But this is also kind of the transcending of our expectations. Who says that this tower has to be the tower for the other person? Maybe this is our tower. Maybe this is our breakthrough. Maybe we're realizing what is more important to us. Yeah. Maybe we're realizing that there's something significant that's underneath the surface here. Beyond just the physical stuff, the money or the house or the estate or whatever it is, the goods, There's something else that we need to focus on. And maybe this situation, I know it's a lot of maybes, but this situation feels like it's a catalyst toward a higher perspective, toward a deeper understanding and maybe even a deeper bond between you and what maybe is the rest of the family. Yeah. Either way, whatever happens, it is not easy. It will not be easy, but it's necessary. This is when you take a Band-Aid off and it's going to hurt, but you got to just reel fast, right? Real fast. And I think this kind of was the way this situation came about was, again, it was kind of expected, right? But it happened abruptly. So it felt like it just kind of like the Band-Aid got ripped off, and it smarts, and it stings, and it hurts. And now we don't have a choice but to deal with it in a way that's going to give us the best possible outcome for everyone involved and keep everything as intact as possible. Relationships, I think we should do an extended reading, and you can join us for the extended by clicking on the link up here. There's also a link down below. New readings for Capricorn every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.